the last video, I was basically going over what I thought should be fixed in the game. You know, I ended on E Honda. I was saying a lot of funny shit about E Honda, but I didn't realize that the stream already had like automatically stopped. So basically, this character. First of all, I think they don't show his ass enough. I remember in the original like Street Fighter 2, you would knock him out and he would show his ass cheeks and stuff. Like that, I thought that was real funny. They should bring that back. You know what I'm saying? His 100 hand slash should be a quarter circle forward motion with punch. That way it's not so ridiculous to land it within a combo. I think characters like him have like some of the harder combos. Blanca, like outside of a charge move, like it's very difficult to really combo anything with them. Even the charge moves are very difficult to land within a combo. That's why I think they should just change the game entirely to quarter circle motion characters. Like if you just can't do quarter circle motions with your thumb on a controller, then you're just an idiot and you shouldn't be playing the game anyway. Like I don't know who these like elite joystick players are. Like, I can't play a controller, I can't do it. I can never do it. It's just not me. Like dude, just yeah, G, the fake Q, he does way too much damage combo wise. I think they need to reduce how much damage he could do during a combo. Like one V trigger activation and he like completely could like basically win around almost. I feel like he should be a little bit easier to punish. I believe you could basically just like command grab him on block, but you know, I don't even know if that's even a guarantee. Some of these characters could get away with basically anything in the game. You know what I'm saying? I do like the character. He's like completely different than Q. So I like that they really changed him. He's kind of weird though. He has like the Abe Lincoln hat and shit. He's kind of weird. I like that she could hold her projectile like Alpha. I don't think it should be a two-hitter. You know, of course, I use and abuse the move that because it's in the game. I think she's one of the best characters in the game for sure. I don't like that she says direct hit instead of Shoryuken on her hard punch uppercut. I would love to see that be changed. Her voice actress is amazing though. She's the same one from the anime. Her light kick, spin kick, all her spin kicks are pretty hard to punish on block except for command grab characters. You basically get a free grab anytime you block one of those. But you know, if the command grab player doesn't know it, then you're basically going to get away with, you know, a lot of unnecessary pressure. I wouldn't really change too much other than maybe her light punch uppercut could have a little bit less travel. That way she has like a reliable, you know, uppercut. I think her relying on crouching fierce is basically her downfall. Is that basically, even though this game doesn't really allow it, you know, you could basically jump in on her for free. So I think that really makes her fight a little bit more difficult than some of the other better characters in the game. Ed's projectile, his anti-air, it hits grounded opponents, standing opponents, and opponents in the air. I think they should change that to just hitting opponents in the air. You know, I like the character. Like the whole whiplash thing, that's pretty dope. I just want to make sure I'm still streaming though, because I don't want to be talking for no reason. Yeah, but I do like the character. His V skill, I would make that easier to punish, to counter. He does this like 1, 2, 3 type combo, like quick punch combo. I don't like how hard it is to counter. I think you should be able to get more off of it when you block it. Jury's another prime example of that. She has like a light kick anti-air that she does not flip high enough into the air. No matter what version she uses, she should be put into the air to the highest position. That way it's way easier to counter. You could crush counter her. You could combo her with way more powerful combos, you know what I'm saying? Currently it's like extremely difficult to counter I don't even think command grab characters could grab her out of it. You know, it's insane. You know, I believe you can counter her with like light kick or light punch combos, but online especially, you'll notice how hard she is to fight. But that's only online though. But I believe she gets too much damage per combo, for sure. Ibuki, you know, they took away a lot from this character. I liked her reverse dragon punch kick move that she had, that she could kind of basically throw a dagger. You know, that, you know, that's a difficult move to even be in the game, right? Like, I feel like, you know, it should have been easier to punish. Like, I feel like that could have been her anti-projectile move. But she has, like, way better ones that are safer. Like her slide and stuff. Which I disagree that she should not even have that, but... You know, I think her reverse dragon punch should beat it. Even if they change it to quarter circle back. That way more players could do it, but... On block, it should be easier to counter. Maybe she stays right there. You know what I'm saying? On hit, like, she does a combo that kind of kicks you to the ground, and then she lands right there. You know what I'm saying? Because currently in Third Strike, she had it, you know, she would, like, kick you and then jump away, and then she'd throw a dagger at you, making it, like, almost impossible to, like, unless you did EX uppercut, like, you know, you would get countered by the dagger, even on block or some weird shit like that. But, yeah, they added too much. The boomerang, that's crazy. The explosives, that's crazy. You know, the combos look cool, but like she's not. I mean, you know, she's a ninja for Christ's sake. She's not. You know, they don't really do explosives like that. You know what I'm saying? They fight with their the hands and the kicks type shit. So like Laura, her quarter circle forward punch, elbow. You know, I would make that a little bit easier to counter on block. I would make it easier to counter on block. I would make her anti-air better. I would give it more of a diagonal. Currently, I feel like it goes too vertical. It should be more of a kind of diagonal, I think. You know, like a lot of the other characters have in the game. Her projectile, once it's out, if she gets hit, it should still stay on the screen. I think that will make her way more of a powerful character. Currently, her getting hit and the projectiles disappearing really makes her one of the worst characters in the game when it comes to zoning. She's like real bad because of that. One of the worst. She has the worst projectile offense in the game. Her overhead, obviously that has to be safe on block. In certain situations it is, like max distance, but realistically, you know, it's so easy to react to that it's almost not even worth using. It should combo better as well. If you're gonna leave the V skill dash, command dash, and her overhead should not be in the same you know, the focus attack. It should not be medium punch, medium kick to do it for both, because that's why a lot of players make mistakes with her. You know, me probably way less than a lot of others, but you know what I mean? Especially online, you'll get a lot of mistakes because of the lag. Like, you'll get the overhead instead of the dash, or the dash instead of the overhead. So, yeah, they really need to change that. But I really do like the character. I hope she makes a return. Hopefully she makes it into that Tekken Cross Street Fighter game that was promised by the Japanese producer. You know, I love that dude. He's awesome. The Japanese artists are amazing. They're talented. The computer programmers just got to make the game a little bit more fair. I think that will make the game like the perfect 10 out of 10. It's just that I don't understand why they don't. Yeah, like this character's green hand, that should be his way to go through projectiles. But I think it should be quarter circle motion. You know, I think a lot of people struggle to do that dragon punch motion. I personally don't have a problem with it. But I think if it's anti-projectile, I think it's asking a little bit too much to do dragon punch motion to catch the projectile just to be in a position to maybe get a command grab, which is another 360 that you have to do afterwards. That was like the super turbo setup. You would green hand the projectile, and if you did it at the right spacing and right time, you would get a free command grab out of it. But the best players already knew that, so like you almost never were guaranteed that anyway. So Um, yeah, I like that they fixed his lariat. You know, they made it a better anti-air. I complain about, like, I get mad when I get hit by it, but I'm in the back of my head, I'm like, yo, I'm glad they fixed it because it wasn't fair. You could, like, Street Fighter 4, you could jump in on Zengi for free. So, like, they really fixed that. That was the right move. I don't like his air command grab, though. I think they, like, for Marvel, I think they should leave it. For Marvel vs. Capcom, he should be in it. He should have it. I want to see him have that air lariat cross up again, too. Corinne, the rainbow, I believe it's half circle back punch. She does this like rainbow anti-projectile move. That has to be easier to counter. Her quarter circle back kick, all those should be easier to counter. I believe she gets too much damage, I think, off of her command dash elbow, shoulder. Alright, my PlayStation decided to want to just randomly talk to me, and I'm real creeped out right now. Yeah, my PlayStation is talking to me right now, and it's like really creeping me out. Okay, yeah, she like, if you do, let's say for example, you do medium punch, command dash, and then medium punch again, she'll do like this elbow that pops them up into the air. Off of that, she could basically do quarter circle back, like, she could do a lot of things. She could do another one, she could do another shoulder, she could do the quarter circle back light kick, and she could even land super after the light kick. That's crazy. That's crazy. But she does need her Fei Long punches back. The Rekkas, she needs that back regularly. And her anti-air should not be heavily, like, you know, her best anti-air without meter is down fierce, like Guile. But I think they should just change that to down back, quarter circle back, hard punch is her EX anti-air. The one that looks like she's flailing her arms uncontrollably. I think that's hilarious. That was very funny. That's very funny. That's what she should have regularly as a character. If they want to give her you know, I don't agree with the parry being in the game whatsoever, but the ones that she has are pretty hard to do. You really have to commit to it from the alpha. And, you know, if you're good enough to do that, then I say you should be able to play the game. The only thing is you gotta worry with people that use program controllers and don't even have to do the motion. So, like, that's not really fair. Well, you do have to do it, but you could, like, set it so it happens automatically, which is not really fair to other players. And, let's see, Nash. I like how they differentiated him from Guile. You know what I mean? His quarter circle forward kick, his EX one, first of all, his regular one should be easier to counter on block. That's supposed to be his anti-projectile move. You know, I really have no problem anti-airing it. But that's not the point, though. He should be properly anti-projectile, you know, using it as an anti-projectile move. His EX one, for whatever reason, when he tries to enhance it, he does like another unnecessary flip, and it makes it so easy to counter. They gotta fix that. That's not really fair to the character. All his moves should be easier to counter on block. His quarter circle back kick, I believe he should be, like, as he's doing it, as it's hitting, his character should be put closer to the opponent. That way, if he makes a mistake during a combo, and this goes for a lot of characters, Seth with the 100-hand punch or whatever, Seth with the quarter circle back kick, you know, as he's doing it, you know, as it's hitting, he should be put closer to the opponent. That way, if they block, he's easier to counter. I feel like Seth is one of the hardest characters to hit in the game. It's really not fair. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are characters that kind of can still hit him, like Ken's EX uppercut still hits him. I believe, you know, I know I've caught players with stuff with that, but as for him having the V skill that goes through projectiles, I would take that out as well. He should be using his anti-projectile move properly. You know what I'm saying? You know, M. Bison, you know, I like the changes they did to him. I like that new cross-up that he could do with while he's doing the, it looks like he's diving head first downward with his arm out. I like that you could kind of cross up with that during that V-trigger activation. His dash, I don't like that he disappears during his dash. I don't like that his dash goes through projectiles at the right spacing. You know, obviously, you know, the best players, you know, adapt and adjust and stuff, and they're going to be able to, you know, be within a range that even if he does try to, he's not going to be able to get a grab, or he'll get countered for you know what I'm saying? But I disagree with that. It can't go through projectiles just because he disappears like that. That's crazy. Him catching the projectiles with the V skill, that's also crazy, and it parries. You know, I've parried anti-air attacks with it. You know what I mean? That's crazy. That's uncalled for. I like that his stomp works as an anti-air. I think his Psycho Crusher should really be the anti-air, to be honest. I think his stomp was originally designed for anti-projectile, so it should stay like that, because there's a lot of players that basically rely on that knowledge to be there. You know, the past players keep coming back into the game, and you know, they expect the game to be a certain way. Like, oh, you know, I play M. Bison. When they throw projectiles, I stomp. That's what I do as M. Bison. I stomp people that try to projectile me. You know, when you start changing that, you know what I'm saying? But I believe it's still in the game. If you do it correctly, it's still in the game. It still works. It's not as good as like Super Turbo Fast, but it works. They did a good job. EX Stomp does hard knockdown. I think that's the right move. He's basically good either way. I think on block he should not be good with Stomp though. The problem with that move in this game is that he's good either way. You know what I'm saying? I like that he has that V skill 2 that is basically anti-projectile, but way easier, way more reliable. I believe on block it should be way easier to punish. I've played people online that use and abuse that move. You know, they get a like grab setup off of it. That's crazy. If you're blocking their attempt at V skill 2, you should be countering them. No doubt about it. It's too good of a move. You know, there's players on here, M. Bison players on here that think they're the best, you know, players in the world. You know, they're only getting away with what they're getting away with because the game allows them to. If the game was done properly, like I'm saying right now, you know, players like that would not last 2 seconds with me. Let me see, Birdie. I would change that armor. What does he have? He has the forward, I believe it's forward hard punch, that basically absorbs attacks as he does it. I don't agree with that. I think they should take that out. He has like the new Balrog headbutt, you know what I'm saying? What I'm a little confused is that kind of is his anti-projectile. His half circle back command grab is also an anti-projectile. So I'm a little confused as to, you know, maybe his headbutt, the headbutt that looks like the Balrog headbutt, maybe that could be his you know, he has a couple. I don't understand the moves. Like, he has the chain, he has the anti-air chain, you know, he has the headbutt that goes, you know, through projectiles. It hits basically everything. You know what I'm saying? It basically hits everything. You know, then he has the soda can. The soda can is crazy. You know, I don't think it's easy enough to see on the screen, to be honest. The bubblegum thing, that's a waste of time. I don't even know why anyone would even choose that. That's stupid. It looks funny as hell, but it's stupid as hell. I would never choose that if I was playing this character. But like, I wouldn't really change too much on this character. I would maybe change the fact of how much horizontal range his headbutt has, maybe. I think the reason why they did that is so that he would have an easier time anti-projectiling and doing anti-projectile moves, but I feel like his command grab was already pretty freaking good at that. You know what I'm saying? You know, I wish Laura had, like, Laura has that, but she doesn't get it for free. You know what I'm saying? Birdie gets it for free, so the Indian fighter, you know, he's always been cheap, right? He's always been cheap to, like, beginner players, right? His fireball, I think his fireball should go horizontally. I don't think it should do the rainbow of, like, does like a rainbow travel, a quarter circle forward punch. His original anti-air was the half circle back kick. I believe that's the way it should stay. You know, I feel like turning it to quarter circle back makes it too easy for him, for a character that is already very difficult to approach anyway. I think that's the reason why the original developers of Street Fighter made it the way they made it, is because it makes a lot of sense. It's a lot of fairness. The thing with him is that he doesn't really do a lot of damage unless you really work for it, though. You know what I mean? You could block his fireballs all day and it really doesn't do that much damage. But for the one, you know, combo that you land on him, it basically, you know, wins against him. I feel like they added a lot of things that make him way better on offense. I just don't agree with all that V-trigger free projectile that you could, like, blow Yoga Flames into and it gets bigger and it becomes like a Yoga Inferno for free. That's crazy. And also, I like his super. I just don't like that if he misses his super, it, like, travels a little bit. Like, I'm like, okay, that's a bit much. Like, he just missed. How about we just do it, like, on some, he has to still combo that, because I think he's getting a lot of, like, he doesn't necessarily have to land that. He could kind of use that as a pressure tactic as well, and I think that's really unfair to the rest of the cast. For such a powerful damaging move. Yeah, this Fong, which I thought was Fang originally. He's very annoying, his sound effects. I hope they don't bring him back. He's kind of corny to me. He's like a fake Guile in a way. His down up punch charge move. I think that could be a little bit better. I don't like that players do, like, I believe it's like down medium punch and he does like this double slap anti-air. That's crazy. That's crazy. As for the box, the anti-projectile box that he puts up, I believe it beats a lot of things. And I don't think it should, to be honest. I think it should only be anti-projectile. You can still kick, sweep them, even if the box is there, you know what I'm saying? Like, I understand, like, that's to match projectiles so that he could counter maybe the projectile character for doing it. But that's all. It should just be anti-projectile. The back forward kick that he does, he puts like a little purple box with purple smoke coming out of it. I don't know, what is that, a bong or something? I don't know what the hell that is. Yeah, the character, as for his V reversal, first of all, I don't want V reversals in the game, but if you are going to put them in the game, you should make them all basically the same. And as for Laura, her V skill, her V reversal, is punch, back forward punch while blocking. I think that conflicts too much with her being able to use one of her strongest moves in the game, which is the quarter circle forward punch elbow. And they could have easily just made it kick, because she doesn't have any down forward kick moves, really. So it would have, just making a change like that, changing her V reversal to kick instead of punch, really makes the difference for the character. I'm saying it as someone that plays the character. She really needs those changes, you know, drastically. She's one of the worst characters in the game, for sure. One of the worst overheads in the game, for sure. Balrog, I think he does too much additional damage during V-trigger activation. Like after he'll land one charge punch, and then you could get an additional like 5 punches in. And like some players even do like a little mix up. Like they'll reset you, and then they'll do like the, you know, the spin and go for overhead or grab after that, or even command grab. Like it's like, it's crazy, dog. It's like, that's like so uncalled for. That's so unfair. He has to be easier to counter. You know, I would rather him be quarter circle moves and easier to counter than charge moves and players who really should not be winning with this character. There's a lot of players that I've played using this character that should not be winning. They're winning because the game allows it. They're beating players that they never have a chance against because the game allows it. And that's really not fair. As for his anti-projectile, his V skill, I think he has one of the easiest anti-projectile moves. I think maybe it should just be that. It shouldn't come with an overhead. I think he's getting enough already just by going through a projectile without jumping, like most of the cast has to do. He's getting a free anti-projectile, just like Cammy's getting a free anti-projectile. The only difference is Cammy gets a hit guaranteed if it works properly, whereas he just may get an overhead. But I think he's getting enough just by going through the projectile. In fact, it should be hold 3 kick or 3 punch, which I think is a little too much. I think holding 1 kick or 1 punch should give you the turnaround punch. I think it's a lot that he has to hold down 3, especially for a controller player. I know as a player that's played Balrog and held the 3 kick and still tried to play with the other 3, it's extremely difficult on controller. You know, can you do it? Yeah, but should it be a different way? Like maybe I could just hold RT the entire time, and it's way easier to play regularly, but I can still hold my anti-projectile move and have it be a real big damaging counter. Like if I hold final with Balrog, like in the old games, that would do like over 50, like it would literally do 50% on one hit, like over 50% health on one hit. You know what I'm saying? So like against a Dhalsim player, like you hold final, it's basically over. Dhalsim's done. You know what I'm saying? And the only way a Dhalsim player would know that is if he's cheating. You know what I'm saying? So like if a Balrog player I guess you could assume as a Dhalsim player, okay, well this player has, you know, maybe holding final right now, right? So I guess you almost have to assume that as a Dhalsim player, because two of those will win the rounds, which is a little unfair. I think that's a little too much damage. He needs a cross-up though. He doesn't have a cross-up, and that's really not fair to him as a character. I believe in like hyper fighting he had like jumping roundhouse, but I think that's a little too like ambiguous. It's very too like a little too difficult. It's unnecessarily difficult, and I don't think that's talent. That's more like luck. That's like basically crossing somebody up with Akuma's dive kick and third strike. It's like, you know, you basically got lucky, because like 99% of the time, you know, it'll hit in the front of the character. But like players like me know that it also hits behind the character. So you see it hit in the front like, you know, 96% of the time. But if you properly space it, you know, it's going to hit behind. Just like Demon Flip, hard kick is going to hit behind. Like, I believe you have to be like medium punch range or something like that after you land medium punch. Basically, you're in range. So like, even if they block it, but like they could counter you if they block it though. So, let's see, Urien, the free Aegis Reflector wall, he gets 2. That's crazy. That's crazy. He's one of the best characters in the game for sure. He gets free EX. That's crazy. He has an unblockable, which I don't know why anyone would use that. They've called me with that because I didn't even know, because I don't even play the game like that, because like I'm so upset with a lot of the bullshit in the game. but I do love Street Fighter. But this right here is the most unbalanced Street Fighter of all time, and that's unacceptable. What was I gonna say? But I still love the game. There's a lot of things that I do love about the game. It reminds me a lot like Dirt Strike, but just not as offensive. Like, they limit your offense in this game intentionally, and it's very annoying. I know they could easily do it because some characters already do it in this game. Like, Ryu needs it. Ryu needs it. His down hard punch should not be an anti-air. I mean, I personally would not have him have that at all, like as an anti-air. I would change the move entirely. He should have to do headbutt, you know what I'm saying? I feel like his knee drop is anti-projectile, and you know, it's always, in my opinion, been way harder to counter than it should be. But yeah, you can counter it. You can counter it. I mean, I've gotten sweep in Third Strike, so I don't know if you could still do it. I don't play enough Urians, so I do like the character. I don't feel he's too cheap, but he's pretty damn good though. He's not like God tier, but he's up there though, for sure. I think Guile is God tier though. Guile is God tier. That's like, it's not even fair. He has one of the easiest anti-air autocorrects. Like, it's mindless. You don't even have to have a brain to play Guile. You know what I'm saying? I say that as someone that plays Guile better than a lot of the other players out there. Like, I don't even use the character because he's like so cheap. It's like boring. Like, it's too boring for me. I have to play rush down characters. I like to rush people down. Abigail. This character is a piece of shit. This character, I hope he doesn't return to the game. I feel like in the right hands, this character is one of the best characters in the game. His you know, I believe with characters with so much range on their jab, they really have to adjust the recovery time, because it's really not fair. It's really not fair. But in doing so, like, for example, the Indian character, Dalsum, he should have better combos up close. He has to rely heavily on half circle back, Yoga Flame. You know, he can't combo reliably. Like, he should be able to combo into his Yoga Fire, like just like Ryu does, like crouching medium punch, Yoga Fire, crouching medium kick, Yoga Fire, like basic combos, or maybe even change Yoga Flame to quarter circle back. That way he could like down jab, Yoga Flame, get a hard knockdown, get you off him, build some space again. You know what I'm saying? Or at least Yoga Fire. He should be able to Yoga Fire and not get the hard knockdown, but at least get better combos up close. Dawson really needs better combos up close. You know, I really don't like what they're doing with Street Fighter 6. That he has the air projectile like Akuma. You know what I'm saying? Let me say it the right way. The Japanese say Akuma. No, it's not Akuma, it's Akuma. But Akuma. You know what I'm saying? That's how Ryu says it. Yeah, Abigail's a piece of shit. I feel like on reaction, he could basically counter projectile characters way too easily. This character is a problem. This character, like in the right hands, this character is a god. I just don't. I don't feel enough people put in the hard work to master this character, because he has a lot of difficult like moves to do it. But he is one of the fucking best characters in this game, for sure. Abigail is a freaking monster in this game in the right hands. He's a piece of freaking shit. I really hope this character does not make a return. You know, they really need to tweak this character. He's too good. I think it's too good for the wrong reasons. You know, I'm talking about it's like all on reaction. Like, so like, what's the point? You know what I'm saying? It's not like difficult like Sakura, where you have to be perfect with the roundhouse spin kick. You have to be perfect, otherwise you're gonna get countered. No, this character is completely different. You don't have to be perfect at all. You just have to do this shit. That's what I mean. Like, he just has to do this shit. I mean, I've been full screen with Laura, and I've charged my projectile. I'm like, okay, there's no way he could get me here. And he comes running and, like, he dives like he's about to do, like, a belly flop into a pool, and he, like, completely splashes and knocks me the fuck out. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, who designed this character? Like, what a piece of shit, dude. Blanca's electricity should be quarter circle forward punch, just like E Honda and Chun-Li's. Well, they changed Chun-Li's ever since Cross Tekken. I'm still waiting for that Tekken Cross though. You guys better make that Tekken Cross, yo. And Laura better be in that Tekken Cross, bro. I'm not even fucking joking around. Laura better be in that Tekken Cross, bro. You know what I'm saying? I've been waiting for that shit for 10 years, dog. His rainbow ball should be easier to counter on block. He should be, even if they change this character entirely to quarter circle motion, I would rather that. The reason I say that is because his rainbow ball, that's supposed to be anti-projectile. Players are just doing it, and if you block it, you're gonna have to deal with pressure. That's not fair. I like his EX ball leading some combo possibilities. I think his electricity should do more of a splash, should have more range, because I find it very inconsistent to, after EX back forward punch, his horizontal ball, after it hits EX, you could combo them with either up ball, anti-air, down up kick, or you could do the electricity. I prefer to do electricity because even if you miss, you're safe by the time the opponent gets off the ground. So I feel like it's more reliable to not get countered, because if you go for the up ball, obviously I believe you get more damage. But if you make a mistake with that, you're going to get countered. So I feel it's not worth the risk when you could get basically the same amount of damage with way less risk. I like that they gave him the anti-projectile command grab, but I think it's too obvious. I think it's too obvious that he's like, here we go, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like the reason they did that is because he would be too good if they didn't. But he needed that. He really needed that. And I don't like his little V-skill hop. I'm not feeling that. And I'm not feeling that little V-trigger, fake-ass John Talbane, hit you with 40 fucking balls and shit in your face like it's a gay porno and shit. Fuck out of here with that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Fuck out of here with that bullshit. That's bullshit. You heard? Oh, yeah, by the way. Whoever designed this one, the alternate costume, it's called, whatever this is. It says story? I don't know. Whatever this one is, that he looks like a cartoon character, that's fucking awesome, by the way. I love that you guys did that. I would literally, if you pulled your pants down, I would literally kiss your ass. Like, I would literally kiss both butt cheeks. Like, that's how much I love this shit. This shit is dope, yo. It is so funny. You have no idea. I know the people laugh when I bring that character out. When they, when I come in walking with that character and shit, and bouncing in and shit, and looking all goofy and shit, I know they laugh. That's why I picked the character, because it's funny. I love that. They did a good job with that. I wish more characters were like that. You know what I'm saying? I wish they did like an alternate costume pack for like the original cast, where they look like some like cartoon shit like this. You know what I'm saying? But I think that's a bit too much though. But they did a good job with him. Sagat. His standing roundhouse has to change. It can't be so vertical. You know what I mean by that. It can't be such a good anti-air is what I'm saying. It should be more horizontal. Like a kick to the face, not a kick to the sky. He's too good of a character to have that, in my opinion. And there's nothing wrong with changing something that needs to be changed. That needs to be changed. He's too good. He's already very difficult to get close to, just like Dhalsim. And They need to change that. They really need to change that. I think his Tiger Knee should be way easier to punish as well. Way easier to counter. What else? I don't like that he has the unblockable. Obviously, you could grab him out of it. You know what I'm saying? But I still don't like that he has it. I think he's still way too good of a character. Especially if you hear the spirits and shit. Sometimes you freeze up and shit when you start doing, oh shit, like, when normally, you probably wouldn't even get caught by that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, I believe he has some new move where it's like quarter circle back now. And, I feel like that should be easier to counter as well. They should take away his Kara uppercut, Kara fireball, Kara uppercut. That's when you miss the forward hard kick or forward medium kick on purpose and then cancel into the uppercut or the fireball before. The reason I say that is because, like, if you try to neutral jump him outside of uppercut range, you can't do that like you can to other characters. Like, if you're playing against Ryu, you can neutral jump outside of uppercut range to, in hopes to counter him for making a mistake. With the problem with you can't do it with Sagat because, he could Kara his medium hard kick or hard kick and get the uppercut anyway. So that option is out of the, is out. You can't even try it. So, I think they should remove that altogether. That's really not fair. He's already pretty damn good. So. His overhead needs to be a little bit better, though, in my opinion. A little bit faster, I think. Lucia, I love this character. She's like the new Ken. They need to give her like way cuter outfits, though. She looks like real corny. You know what I'm saying? Her quarter circle forward kick projectiles should not have a pause in between. Like, she could do quarter circle forward kick and stop right there, and she could use that as like a combo. She could use it as a combo. She could use it as a throw setup. She from full screen, she could fake as if she's gonna throw the projectile, and then you hop in the air, and then she does another one and catch you with the anti-air. She could basically option select way too easily off of that, whereas I feel like she should have to commit to throwing a projectile as soon as she does quarter circle forward kick. Because I believe she could do like kick again or quarter circle kick again, and then the projectile will come out. I disagree with that. No, just have the projectile come out. Have them make a decision. She's too good because of that. She's way too good because of that. Her anti-air hits on both sides. If it was up to me designing the game, the anti-air would only hit in front of the character. Just like you can't see behind you in real life, that's how the rules of the game should be. If you break someone's defense and hit behind them, behind their head, they can no longer easily anti-air you. That goes for Guile as well. Guile has one of the easiest auto-correct anti-airs to counter cross-ups. And it's really not fair. They have to delay that way more so that he has to play the game just like everyone else. I can't wait to see these Guile players crumble under the pressure, because I'm going to be one of the players doing it. What was I going to say? I like her run. I think she should, I think they did a good job. She should be able to run cancel her hard kick as well. You know what I'm saying? She should be able to counter her run kick. I mean, cancel her run kick, hard kick, standing hard kick. Just like she does her standing hard punch. I don't know if her slide goes under projectiles like Blanca does. In fact, I don't think Blanca should be able to slide under. If he does, he should be way closer to the opponent to counter him easier. You know what I'm saying? It's not too bad. In Street Fighter 4, it wasn't even too bad. Like, you were guaranteed crouching medium kick into basically anything with Ryu, and Ryu's range is not even that good. So, the Booger Ball Boy, where do I start with my hatred for the Booger Ball Boy? He's getting free Yagu Dama, or whatever, I don't even know if I'm saying that right. The super from Third Strike, where he would have the unblockables. He could basically win a round, with 3 meter, which will most certainly be the end of the second round. So it would probably be like a third round thing, you know what I mean? Unless you wanted to win the second round with it. I don't like that he could double jump in the air. Like, he'll jump in one direction, like in Third Strike. I don't know if he could do this anymore, but I've seen characters double jump with him. And he gets the free other super in the game, where he kind of telepathically holds these weird toys and objects around his head, and when he hits you with them, the objects also hit you with, you know, I don't agree with that. This character is one of the best characters in the game, for sure. I mean, if you don't know how to deal with, you know, this character, you have to counter him when he's doing the Yagudama early on, just like you could in Third Strike. You know, it had a very bad startup, but once it's out, it's out. Like, if you let go of it, it's over. You know, if you let go of it, avoid it if you can, because if not, he's gonna completely destroy you. But yeah, this character's too good. I don't like that forward knee that he does. It kind of, I get confused. I'm like, is that his overhead from Third Strike? And I was like, oh shit, I think I gotta block that high. They really need to tweak this character. He gets too much powerful offense for free. For that, I say he's one of the best characters in the game, for sure. Easily one of the best characters in the game. He's a god. He's a god for sure. They need to change that. This character, don't even get me started on him. He's a fake Mokujin. He doesn't even deserve my commentary. You know, I'm very upset because they knew I was a huge fan of the real Sperm Cell character from Third Strike. That character, for me, everyone says he's the worst characters in the game. I believe because he has one of the worst super hit confirmations in the game. Basically, he has even one of the hardest. Basically, he can't do crouching medium kick like a lot of the other characters can. And, you know, the closest thing he basically has is like standing medium kick, but you have to super jump cancel the first quarter circle motion. Basically, you have to do tiger knee motion for the first quarter circle motion, and then as soon as he's in the air, you have to do the second quarter circle motion kick just to get it to combo. So he has, especially online, he has one of the hardest super combos to land in the game. I think he's pretty good against projectile characters. He doesn't really have to deal with projectile characters. That's what makes him such a threat, is that, you know, if Guile was in the game, Guile would not be a threat at all for this character. His overhead, the 3-hitter with hard punch, is very inconsistent. I noticed in Third Strike. I would fix that. You know, I feel like it only hits overhead if it's at max range, which is kind of weird because it's like, why would, you know, it's already kind of hard. It'd be so easy to see that come in. Yeah, I noticed his air whiplash. That's his quarter circle back punch in the air. You know, when he does the light punch one, he'll finish his special move animation before, you know, and the character, basically the opponent. Let's say if you cross over the opponent with his whiplash, the quarter circle back punch, you try to cross them up, you try to hit them and block on the way back. They basically get put, when you use hard punch, they get put in the throw setup. I personally, of course I use it. You know what I'm saying? Of course I use it, but I don't agree with it. After the hit block hits, they should be pushed out of throw range. It's really not fair. You tried, it didn't work out. You should not get an additional offensive move because you know, that's crazy. I don't agree with it. I don't know if they're gonna change it, but at least put them outside of throw range at the very least after it hits on block. If it hits on hit, then I can understand it maybe being within throw range, but on block, no. His light punch one finishes before he hits the ground, so basically I would not use that one. But oh yeah. Talking about Third Strike, they should bring the universal overhead back, but it should do way more hit stun. That way characters like him, Sperm Cell, could combo into Super R1, which is his best super art, his super in the game. It's a real good anti-air. You know, it really helps him out because, you know, he already has a pretty good anti-air, but combo-wise, put it like this: if Sperm Cell if there was more hit stun on Universal Overhead and Third Strike, this character, Sperm Cell, would be one of the best characters in the game. Guarantee it. Guarantee if he could combo Super Art 1 off of, as far as I know, you can't. I've tried, I don't know if maybe I set the settings wrong if I did land it, but, you know, I believe the opponent can block. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure that you can, at a certain range, it does hit. But, like, you have to literally be like a god to, like, always get that range. It's very inconsistent. That way, like, if you increase the hit range, this character is a problem. I'm telling you. If he could combo his Super R1 off a Universal Overhead like a lot of the other characters can, this character's a god. Luke, yeah, please, just take this character out of the game. Take the character out of the game. He's a fake Ken. He's a fake Ken. Dan, yeah, he's a fake Ken. Just get him out of the fucking game already. He's a disgrace. He's a disgrace. Dan, like I said, he has the same issue that I feel Sakura has, where if you do quarter circle back with kick, it basically puts you on block in a throw setup situation. And even worse, if they have meter, it puts you in like a rock and a hard place. So does Sakura. I disagree with that. On block, they should push you out of throw range altogether, but they should still be easier to counter. You know what I mean? Outside of throw range, but easier to counter. I think that would fix this character altogether. He should not have an unblockable projectile. That's crazy. He basically gets like free damage for no reason. I like how they kind of added a lot more moves to him. I think his projectile could go full screen, all of them. You know what? I think in a way that helps him as a character that they don't, because he gets to build meter way faster than a lot of other characters in the game with his light punch fireball. But I would at least change that. You know, when he makes mistakes with his with anything, easier to counter for sure. You know, a lot of players out there, you know, are getting away with a lot of, you know, I believe they're getting way more wins than they should using this character, and it's because he's just not programmed properly. I see them making a lot of mistakes, and you know that's not fair. Fat City, I said like I said, I already mentioned all that. You know, E Honda, easier to counter for sure. You know, when you block his anti-air booty drop, easier to counter. You know, I feel like he's still way too hard to counter. His 100 hand slap should be quarter circle forward punch. That way there's no excuses. You know, you could counter him afterwards. Way more recovery time. His headbutt is his anti-air. So I would change it. I would change it that his booty drop does not do any hit until he actually sits with his ass. Because currently players are hitting you on the way up as well. Just like on some hyper fighting shit. But I disagree with that. That's his anti-projectile. And please don't give him that light punch even though of course I use it obviously in HD Remix. Please don't give him his light punch goes through fireball like HD Remix. He has his booty drop. The only thing is in HD Remix, his booty drop should have way more range though. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not full screen, but a little bit less than full screen, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't think it would be fair if he could sit on super, you know, and just like, you can't zone him either. So I understand why they do it. You know, there's a method, there's a reason why they're doing the things they're doing. So I already went through all this. Yeah, I already went through all this. Let me just finish up real quick. What I think about it. You know, they won't, like, I don't know if I got banned from playing online because I was talking a lot of shit about this game. So I think I may permanently be banned from playing Street Fighter Online. But, you know, that's their loss because I feel I'm one of the best players that plays this game. So, Menat, I feel like, you know, her V-Trick, she could combo her overhead. And I feel like they're already kind of doing it. And you could combo in Third Strike as well. Why not just have all the characters be able to do that? Because she's one of the few characters in this game that could combo her overhead. Just like the new Snow Bitch could combo her overhead as well. Not, yeah. So like I said, her balls I think could maybe have bigger hitboxes. At least the ones that go in the air. But yeah, she's pretty damn good. She's up there for sure. She's one of the harder characters to use, but in the right hands, she's God tier for sure. She's like Dhalsim if Dhalsim was like Rushdown. Like if Dhalsim was a Rushdown player, she's basically that. Yeah, they really need to tweak this bitch. This bitch is insane. Akuma, I would take away his back hard punch. Anti-air that also combos into half circle back hard punch, fireball. I think that's too much. I think it's unfair that he could do Raging Demon or his ground pound super using the same super, just like Kage basically gets a Raging Demon and a regular super as well. I love the Shinsho Ryuken though. I feel his V-Trigger, he's crazy on V-Trigger. He could do way too much additional damage. Too much. His spin kick should not go over fireballs. His quarter circle back kick should not go over fireballs at all. Like it goes over Guile's projectile. It goes past Guile's projectile. It goes past Laura's projectile. It goes past Ryu's projectile. Ryu could do the same thing. Even like damn near full screen, he could completely counter you for throwing a fireball. That's crazy. I can't believe they left that in the game ever since Hyper Fighting days. That's crazy. They gotta change that, take that out. The character's too good to have that. In fact, I think he's like basically the best character to fight against projectile characters because of that. You know, it's like basically on reaction. That's crazy. His teleport. I feel like it should be like the kind of like an anti-projectile teleport, or maybe like a cross-up pressure thing, like where he throws. Maybe he could like. Now I'll probably regret this later for saying it, but like maybe off of his half circle back punch fireball, the 3-hit red fireball. Maybe he could cancel his teleport as well with it. You know what I'm saying? Like during the animation of it, like after it comes out, like he could teleport backwards or forward. You know, maybe on wake up he could throw the 3 fireballs in front and then teleport to the other side and pressure you. But I think I'll regret that later. I feel like Kage maybe should be able to do it. If anyone really needs it, it's Kage. Kage could do it now, but only with V-Trigger teleport. I don't like his anti-air. I don't like his new air fireball either. Kage as well. This character. I feel like he has a slash that goes through projectiles. I feel like he already has a stomp that goes through projectiles and a stun gun headbutt that goes through projectiles. I feel like it's a bit much, but I feel like off of maybe a medium punch. Remember in Third Strike he had the medium punch. A lot of people complain about this, but he would be able to combo his medium punch, quarter circle forward punch, and my phone just made a sound for no reason. And backslap you and turn you around, and then you could suplex your opponent. They took that out in this game, but you could still do it with hard punch. But basically, it never happens because unless you stun your opponent or you crush counter them with V-Trigger or something like that. Like if you crush counter them, I think you could get the suplex, but like it's very rare. And you know, I kind of understand that. They made the right choice. I think they made the right choice with that one. His EX elbow, his back forward kick, his EX one. I believe they should all have throw invincibility though, but they should be easier to counter. They should be easier to counter on block, but they should have throw invincibility though. And he should be able to do the cross-up stomp that he did in Third Strike. The up, down, down, up, the down, up, kick, stomp that he does. His anti-air, the EX one, should not hit grounded opponents. They had that in Third Strike as well. I think that's very unnecessary. That's an anti-air, and it should stay an anti-air. I do like this character. I think this character is way better than Laura, and basically has almost the identical combo. I think he's way better than Laura for sure, though. Especially when he has the parry available. When he has the parry available, you know, he easily becomes one of the best characters in the game. You know what the funny thing is? A lot of times when I activate the parry, I don't even use it. I just use it as a mind game. You know what I mean? I use it as like a situational thing where the opponent will go, "Oh damn, he has the parry." You know what I'm saying? But I'll use that to my advantage. They'll go, "Oh, he has the parry." I'm like, "Yeah, I know I have the parry." But a lot of times I don't even use it because it's so strong not using it. Because what happens is they become worried that you're gonna parry them and counter them, right? So basically, what happens is you could pressure your opponent way better by not using it than wasting it. Well, of course, if you land a combo, waste it and get the damage. But a lot of times you could win by not even using it, and it's hilarious. Rashid, his quarter circle back kick, after it hits, he should not bounce so far away from the opponent. This is basically the biggest issue with this game, is that a lot of these characters have moves like this, like Blanca Ball, for example. When Blanca Ball is blocked, Blanca has to stay right there, touching the opponent. But so much recovery that he doesn't get no throw set up or nothing like that. Same thing with this character. Quarter circle back kick is blocked. Rashid is right there. You get an easy counter. His little roll that he does to go under projectiles, that should be an attack attached to it. In other words, the kick comes along with it. If you block the kick, you counter him. He no longer has the roll under a projectile, get a free grab. You know, if you do it properly, you'll get the kick, maybe an additional damage. I'm cool with that. I feel like he should only get the kick. You threw a projectile, he tried to counter you for throwing a projectile, he countered you for throwing a projectile. It ends there. One situation occurred, one situation was countered, back to the game again. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if he has an EX roll and he kicks you with the EX roll, then maybe he could get the additional damage. I'm cool with that. You want to waste some of your meter and look a little cool and look a little flashy? Okay, I feel you. You know what I'm saying? I feel you on that. You know what I'm saying? I do the same shit. His quarter circle punch, quarter circle forward punch, I love that special move. The only thing is, I feel like it's like way harder to counter than it should be. I'm talking about you should be able to do medium punch, crouching hard punch, crouching sweep, get a knockdown, whatever you want to do in that situation. You know what I'm saying? I would much rather the game be done properly and fair than have additional combo possibilities. You know what you can do? Make it more damaging when you do land a special move. That way, the game is fair, you're still getting the outrageous amount of damage for doing a special move, but the game is still fair. That's what you really need to do with this, because this game is amazing. I know I talk a lot of shit about it, you know what I'm saying? But that's out of love, because I don't want players that don't deserve to win. That's how much I love the game. I want the players that deserve to win. You know what I'm saying? I love the tornado that he has. You know what I'm saying? I love the tornado he has. That's awesome. I wish it went full screen. I wish he didn't, like, if he jumped into it, he didn't get thrown away from it. You know what I'm saying? I wish that was like, you know, because like I feel like you could get way more pressure if you could like cross them up with it, but like when you try to jump into it, it like flings you into the air and you can't really get too much damage off. He has this little wall grab, like fake little dive kick in the corner. If he touches the wall, I would remove that altogether. Or at the very least, you know, if he tries that, you know, I disagree with that move altogether. I feel like the character, with the design he has, is way too hard to hit already. And then basically, you know, I guess you could assume that if he if he jumps away into the wall of the corner, he's probably going to dive kick, but at least make it easier to counter. Because he did try to do something there. You know what I'm saying? I just don't agree that, like, you blocking and now he's, like, in a throw setup. It's like, dude, I try to chase you down. Now you're trying to dive kick me. And now you're trying to grab me for trying to chase you down. Like, okay, how about I just stay away and I don't do anything and the game looks boring as fuck? Alright. Well, then let's tweak some of the shit. Yeah, I like that he, you know, the roll, when he rolls, I feel like the camera does not follow him properly. You know what I'm saying? And it becomes real difficult to see if he's gonna go for a grab or a standing hard punch, which crush counters you. And I think they should fix that. Like I said, it should be the rolling attack, like a rolling kick attack that goes to projectiles. You know what I'm saying? You could have the EX1 that, like, let's say he's charging up to do the hard kick spin projectile, the upward tornado kick. And, you know, I'm Ryu, and I try to EX fireball him for doing it while he's still doing it. And he's like, oh, word? And he's like, I'm gonna EX roll through your shit. And it has to be an EX to go through EX. If you want to EX roll, you could roll. But if he tries a regular roll, he should get hit by the EX. You know what I'm saying? The game should be fair in that kind of type of stuff. Armika, I feel like when she charges her roundhouse kick, I believe it's like forward roundhouse or back roundhouse. I think it's back roundhouse. She puts you in a pretty difficult situation. I believe it's only online, but like I noticed that a lot of players will do like standing light kick or crouching light kick off of it, and basically try to get the Rekka combo or get the command grab. And I feel like, you know, first of all, it goes over projectiles, I believe. You know, it's doing a little too much. I feel like on block, you know what I'm saying? It should push them outside of grab range. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's putting them in like almost a no-win situation. And she already has the V-trigger assist, which is one of the best in the game. She has such an easy anti-air. That headbutt anti-air that she does, they gotta change that. They gotta change that. That down medium punch where she kind of like hops into the air a little bit and like headbutts you. That's corny as hell. That should not be an anti-air. Like, that's crazy. She has to anti-air properly. But yeah. I would change that for sure. If it wasn't for her assist, though, I would say that she's not really that bad. She's not. Her assist really is what makes her such a good character. She has one of the funniest supers in the game, though, for sure. Chun-Li. The medium punch slide that she does under projectiles, I would change that. She should have to do the half circle back kick anti-projectile move. I feel like on EX she could get additional damage, like it bounces the opponent off the ground and you could get additional damage, maybe lightning legs or, you know, anti-air or something like that, or reset. I'm cool with her getting a reset. I think Chun-Li is one of those characters that she deserves a reset. Maybe even after EX lightning legs she could get like a reset. I think she drastically needs something like that. So does Ryu. I don't agree with her V-trigger unblockable. And in fact, in the corner, she has a true unblockable setup. If the opponent doesn't have meter, you're guaranteed to get unblockable. And, you know, the fact that unblockables are even in this game is crazy. But, of course I'm going to use it. Of course I'm going to use it. But I'm saying it should not be in the game. That's how much I love the game. It should not be in the game. If you throw EX Fireball with Chun-Li in the corner, on your opponent in the corner, and they have no meter, and you have V-trigger, the V-trigger is going to, as far as I know, the V-trigger is going to be unblockable, and they're going to eat a full combo. Same thing with Ryu. Ryu has a Denjin unblockable. I believe he has, I don't know if he has the same easy unblockable. But he needs his half circle kick. Now it's quarter circle forward kick. It used to be half circle forward kick in Third Strike when they first introduced it. the wall bounce. They do a wall bounce and come back in. He used to be able to do a jab reset. I really don't recommend that, but I like having the option there. And if any character really needs the option there, it's Ryu. Ryu really needs the option there to jab. After the EX quarter circle forward wall bounce, he does a quarter circle forward kick. The opponent hits the wall, bounces back. You used to be able in Third Strike to jab them in the air and dash under them before they hit the ground, and basically they had to block. But the best players knew that they had to block, so okay, now you also have to break a grab too. So this is what makes the situation so powerful, is that not only do you have to block, you have to throw my grab. And if you're wrong in the grab and I counter you, I'm gonna get another full combo. In fact, if I have enough meter, I could do the same combo to you again. And the next time I jab, I could dash a little bit later. But guess what? If I dash a little bit later, I end up on the same side I started on, and you're gonna think I'm going to the other side. I disagree with that. I think he should only get the cross under, not the, you know, like that's a little too powerful when he could get the same side as well. But in Third Strike you could do that, but it was pretty obvious that you're gonna stay on the same side though. But you can. And in the heat of the moment, especially online, that shit works wonders. Believe that. Believe that works wonders. Especially online. Especially online, that works wonders. If anyone needs it, he needs that. I hope they give him the fake fireball. You know, I've been recommending that he goes ha ha instead of Hadouken, ha ha, like he's faking it, ha ha ha. You know, he's laughing about it, ha. You know what I mean? He's not really doing it. Obviously, his recovery has to be a little bit faster on the fake fireball. So for the fact that you throw you could get the grab, like you did in HD Remix. That was awesome that they added the fake fireball. By the way, Capcom USA, we love you for that. We love you for that. I personally love you for that. You made it possible. Oh my god, I changed my own personal color. Hold on, I gotta change that. I don't use that. I do not use that, and you know it. Alright, okay, yeah, Ryu. I disagree with the unblockable. I disagree with all the parry shit. But he does need that jab reset option. They call it a reset here in the United States. The reason why they call it the reset, I'm assuming that they say that after you get hit by it, you feel like turning the goddamn console off and just turning everything off because, wow, I can't believe he just called me with some bullshit. That's why they call it a reset. Like, yo, dude, I'm done. I can't believe you just called me with some bullshit right now. So, yeah, he needs that back, though, for sure. So does Chun-Li. She really needs that. I think that'll make the characters the powerful characters that they should be. I think they've been in the game so long, it's very easy to almost predict what they're going to do and how they're going to do it. And like really, you know, I feel like changing stuff like that will make it better. With Ken's projectile being as bad as it is, they have to give him the roll. I know they gave him the half circle, quarter circle, back spin kick that goes over the rainbow effect, the rainbow kick. I like that. I like that a lot. I think it should be easier to counter on block. You can command grab him. But if you don't have a command grab as a character, he can actually break the throw on block. That's crazy. That's crazy. I believe it's like very situational depending on where the kick hits type thing. I think it's pretty safe on block though, for most attacks. You know what I'm saying? I think that's crazy. You know, I think they should fix that for sure. I think all his uppercuts should go higher in the air, whether it's light punch or medium punch. That way it's easier to counter him. A lot of players are just doing like some light punch uppercut shit in hopes that, you know, if you miss your counter, they'll catch you with another one on some super turbo shit. I disagree with that. You gotta be nice. You gotta be good. You know what I'm saying? Spin kick. I don't know if... Oh, Ken's spin kick. Ken's spin kick. His light kick, spin kick, medium kick, spin kick. You know, way too good. It's like another dragon punch. Way too good. They have to change that. I don't mind it comboing, but I've crossed Ken players up and tried to, like, maybe I was a little off on the timing, but they've literally light kicked, spin kicked me and countered me. That's like some online shit though. That's crazy though. For sure, that's crazy. I love his run though. His run is a little cheap. You know, especially on V-Trigger. I don't like that. I feel like you have to do hard punch fireball just to run cancel. And I disagree with that. It should have been all of them. Unless maybe I'm just that trash. But I think they should make it way easier. Because I've been playing the game for a long time. And I know how to do all the shit. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like it's still too hard to do on controller. You know what I'm saying? It's still too hard to do. He should be able to run cancel sooner. I like that CVS 2 kick that he has. I feel like that should be the real, you know, kick. But I feel like in CVS 2 it was like Dragon Punch with kick, or reverse Dragon Punch with kick, or something like that. But I love that move. Yeah, that's awesome. That's what you could notice that Sean obviously learned from Ken, because like Ken has that in CVS 2. And oh yeah, Sean better be in Street Fighter 6. I'm not joking either. Sean better be in Street Fighter 6. What was I gonna say? Cammy, she has like the worst anti-air in the game. You know, correct me if I'm wrong. Her demon, they call it the demon flip. Her, I believe it's Tiger Knee motion. With her EX dive kick off of the Tiger Knee motion, the Tiger Knee, the original Tiger Knee motion, with kick. Her EX dive kick off of on hit. Her EX dive kick on hit. I don't care. Her EX dive kick on hit automatically puts her to the other side and makes it way more difficult to land the anti-air afterwards. When if they just kept the opponent in front of her, it would be so much easier to land the Dragon Punch, the anti-air. Her EX spiral arrow, the quarter circle forward kick on block. Sometimes I notice that it goes entirely through the opponent, like especially on V-Trigger. And even though you still can counter her, it makes it harder for the opponent. Just keep her like attached to the opponent. Stop making it more complex than it has to be. She made a mistake or she hit. You know, she either landed her combo or she did not. Just like everyone else. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she had this cool like Tiger Knee motion kick. Like she would do like an air grab. I've seen players do it in this game, but it's like way too hard to do in my opinion. But I understand why they made it like so bad, because it's like it's too good. But I like the changes that they did to Cammy in HD Remix. They made her way easier to play. Her demon flip was like quarter circle forward instead of Tiger Knee motion, which was way easier for controller players. I really like that they did that. Her anti-projectile in HD Remix is way better as well. It was like quarter circle back punch instead of half circle back with punch. Or, you know, I love that they did that. They should have kept the continuity there. They should have just kept on doing it that way, because I think those were the right changes. You know, Capcom USA really made Super Turbo like accessible for controller players, even though I was playing it before that. But you know, they made it way easier for controller players, and I'm really like grateful for that. But if you guys ban me, like, the hell with you guys. I don't really care. I'll still play the AI and stuff. I don't care. Like, kiss my ass. I don't care. Like, I don't care about the game like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to help you guys out. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to help you guys out because you're the grandfather of all fighting games, and you're the least selling out of all the biggest titles in fighting games. Like, Mortal Kombat sells more than you, and Tekken sells more than you. You sold 7 million, Tekken sold 10 million. And Mortal Kombat, don't even get me started on what Mortal Kombat made. Mortal Kombat made so much money, I don't think they even need to make any more. And they also were on the Switch. You guys were stupid for not trying to put Street Fighter V on the Switch, because if Mortal Kombat could do it, I know you guys can. And you would have made like another $1 million just by putting it on the Switch. And you could have easily paid the computer programmers to support it over to the Switch, and you could have easily paid them like maybe $100,000 to do it. And that's like amazing for the computer programmers would have done it with a smile on their face. They would have had a hell of a good time at the strip club after you gave them $100,000, and you would have probably made back $1 million. So you would have probably made like $900,000 at the very least. So that was real stupid. If it made $7 million on one console, it would have probably made close to that on the Switch as well. But you didn't give the opportunity. So hopefully there's a Street Fighter 6 mobile app as well. I hope you guys are working on that too as well. Let's say Vega. The command grab on the ground, I think he's so good at keeping you away that I feel like that's already too much. That's too much. His command grab on the ground, that's too much. He's too good at keeping you away. Is it pretty obvious that he's going for it? Yeah. Because he can't do it with his claws on. So he has to take his claws off. So you could assume that a Vega player with the claws off, why would you play like that unless you were trying to command grab me? And he doesn't really have any really good setups off of it, so it's pretty easy to avoid. But you know, in a way, I kind of understand why they gave it to him. But his quarter circle back punch, that should be adjusted. I think it should have more range. He should not hop into the air so high though. When he does the wall dive, he hops off to the wall and then he goes into the air and kind of either he could bring his claws out and cross you up or air grab you. He jumps in the air so high that a lot of characters have problems anti-airing him, and that's really not fair to the rest of the characters in the game. Laura especially has an extremely difficult time countering this character, and it's really not fair. There's like you know, the only characters that really have a good time, easy time countering him in the air is Alex. He's like one of the few characters in the game that can counter you with an anti-air. You know, like even Ryu and like Ken has a better time, but like Ryu, as a Ryu player, it's very difficult to know if you're gonna get air grabbed or crossed up or like can you uppercut. So as for his I believe it's down forward kick. He does that roll from Super Turbo. They changed it to a motion move. I like that. What was I gonna say? On hit, the EX can knock down, like maybe give you additional combo, but on block, he should be easier to counter. I believe you get like the usual crouching light kick combo set of light punch. But I like that. I like that move. I wouldn't change the move. I would change the fact that he does the flip that goes through projectiles. I feel like he has a lot of anti-projectile moves now. He has the down-up punch towards the opponent, and he'll hit as a crossover, cross-up, crossover. I feel like that's pretty good, especially on EX. It's pretty fast. Or he could do EX wall dive, and it comes pretty fast, and it usually hits the opponent before they can uppercut. And even on block, I believe it's safe, so that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? I personally would not do that. I would say that they have to hit the opponent, but I would make his wall jump faster to make him more viable. But he can no longer jump onto the cage. On his Vega stage, he's able to jump on the cage. That's an unfair that he could do that. You know what I'm saying? He could basically, if the game was on the line and he had the lead and it was close enough that I could still win, and there was like 2 seconds left and he hops on the cage, the round is basically over and he wins because I can't hit him off the cage. Once he gets on the cage, he's completely invincible. That's crazy. So Vega, in my opinion, in tournament play, should be banned from using his own stage, at the very least. And ranked. They should ban Vega stage in ranked for the Vega character. It's an unfair advantage that he has. Mikali. I feel like his projectile game is pretty good. He could basically counter projectile characters full screen. So I would say no to the back forward kick move that he does that goes through projectiles even without EX. And oh no, I'm wrong. I was gonna say and. His EX stomp does combo into his jab into the move that I said was cheap though, but he has a pretty cool super. I like how he grabs you face first, like picks you up with his by his face and shit. What else? His command grab, EX into uppercut. I'm cool with that. I disagree with his dive kick. I disagree with the vomit. The vomit, I believe it. First of all, it has too much range. I don't know. I kind of understand why they gave it to him. I understand why they gave it to him though. I think they gave it to him on some. Now he's able to approach the opponent type thing. Because he has a difficult time. I disagree with that. He goes through projectiles and counters them pretty easily. I think he's one of the best characters in the game, to be honest. I don't think enough players play him, but he's good. Guile's God tier. Way too many free projectiles. That's crazy. They got to change that. Autocorrect flash kick. They got to change that. Once you cross up an opponent, they should not be able to anti-air you. You beat their defense. You're hitting behind their head. They can't see you anymore. So no anti-air no more. That goes for the entire cast. No Ryu, no Akuma. You know, in the older games, the rest of the cast would get hit, but Akuma could still get hit. So, alright, my phone's ringing. I don't know where the fuck it's at. Hello? Okay, so flash kick. Okay. Boom. Oh yeah, his crouching fierce. His crouching fierce, they have to change that. He should not have a second flash kick with crouching fierce. If he's not ready to do flash kick, guess what? He has to play defense now. You know, it's not fair for the rest of for the rest of the characters. I would make those changes for sure though. This character, Colleen, she's pretty cool. I think, you know, I don't know, she drops like a diamond on you and shit. Like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Yeah, like I said, I don't know what to feel about her. She's pretty cool. She obviously won the tournament this year, but that's because she has the V-skill parry, and it's an attack. So I feel like without that, she probably would have never have won. The thing with playing this character is that you have to already assume that because she has a parry, that you can't, you know, approach the character the same way anymore. So this character right here is pretty cheap though. And the reason I say that is because she has her target combo into hands. You know, she has that like punch combo thing that she does. That's like Chun-Li's legs. And way too good. Way too good. I feel like it's too hard to counter. She's another character that's too hard to counter. The air grab, I'm cool with the air grab. I said before I wasn't, but they keep adding like new shit out of nowhere, and it's like I thought I already knew the character, but I guess not. Zeku's cool. I think he's the coolest new character in the game. I don't like that he has the bird come in and drop like explosives and shit. He has like a raccoon or something. I don't know what the fuck this is, man. I don't like that he has the run only if you turn to the new or the old or young Zeku or something like that. I don't like that. I feel like he should have the run all the time. I like that the EX, the elbow. Yeah, I like this character a lot. I don't think he's too overpowered. I think he's like the perfect balance. I think he's the perfect balance. Seth, Cody, yeah, I said that already though. Cody, let's see, what does he need? You know, his, I don't know. Oh yeah, the tornado punch, they changed it from alpha. I didn't like that. He looks real corny because of that. He looks like a real cheap Ryu projectile. You know, it looks like they drew that in like 2 seconds. This shit looks real corny. The little V skill, uppercut, I think that's pretty damn good. I think if you're playing Cody, you have to use that. I don't know why you would use anything else. I think it's pretty funny that he has the final fight weapons. But I think it should be within his like combo, you know what I'm saying? Like a target combo that he has. I disagree with target combos though, because like they should be easier to counter. I don't think he's too good. I feel like when he makes mistakes, especially with his target combo, he's still not easy enough to counter. Like if he misses, he misses, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, there's certain instances where I disagree. Like on block, he'll still be able to pressure you. Poison, yeah. This character right here, apparently, like, from what I hear, is a tranny. Not that I give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Just don't pull a dick out on me and shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this character right here. I think how they differentiated the character from being like a typical projectile zoner character. I like that. Like the whip. I think the whip should, I don't know if it does already, but it should like break projectiles. In other words, it clashes with projectiles just like other projectiles clash with projectiles. I don't know if it already does that though. I've been crush countered by her standing roundhouse. I disagree with that. She should have the anti-air just like everyone else. You know, I've seen players talk about that she has like the crouching medium punch anti-air. I think that's crazy. I personally would never use a crouching medium punch anti-air reliably, but you know, I guess everyone's different. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, she has this little front flip kick. I believe she always had that in Street Fighter 4. You know, I don't mind if it hits that she has additional combo possibilities or something like that, but not on block. That's basically what I feel in this game. Seth, like I said, those 100-hand punch that he does, that back quarter circle back kick, quarter circle forward punch, as he's hitting the opponent, whether they're blocking or getting hit, he should get closer to the opponent, you know what I'm saying? To the point that they're touching. Because he's way too difficult to counter. You know what I'm saying? Way too difficult to counter. Like, I believe, like, with Laura, the only thing that counters him is super on block. And that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's not even fair. And her super is not even like crazy damage. Yeah. I don't think he's too OP though, but I believe, you know, in the wrong hands online, he could look like he's OP. Him and Gil can look like they're OP because they have so much range, and like, you know, they'll basically do a jab and grab game with them. And you know, I know the same rules apply basically for every character, but like, they really have a lot of range. So they're hard to counter because on block, and they have a lot of range. So they're gonna keep you out, but when it's time to pressure you and like, you know, jab, grab you, you know, it could be very difficult to do really anything. And it's really not fair. You know what I'm saying? especially online. I know if I play these guys offline, I'll destroy them. I'll eat them alive. I'll eat them alive. I swear to God, I would. They're trash. They're so trash. Akira, same thing. I would take away her V trigger assist. I feel like that's unfair. She should be way easier to counter her special moves. I don't really. All of them I feel like are pretty unsafe. When she does her anti-air kick, I feel like she gets pushed back way too far. She should just be like drop right in front of the opponent type thing. I know that's hard to program, but I know you guys are smart enough to do it. I hope so. Like I know like nerds like you have to be good enough to do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm joking. Rose. I like that they removed her horizontal range from her quarter circle forward kick. Her projectile. I don't like that she gets free soul satellite on Vitra or whatever the hell she gets. That's crazy. I know. That whole teleportation shit, I think she's too good. She's too good to kind of have a teleport. But I'm cool with that. I'm cool with the teleport. But in my opinion, all those teleports should have an attack with it. That way, either you get it right or you get it wrong. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they're getting a teleport and they're getting like a grab setup, like off of that, and like they could basically be full screen, teleport behind you, and at the very least they're getting a grab setup or they're safe. And now, like, you know, they completely bypassed the struggle of playing Ryu. You know what I'm saying? But it's cool. Like, you know, I understand. You know, they want to make the characters different. Gil should be easier to counter. His knee drop, particularly his dragon punch with dragon punch motion, that should be easier to counter on block. The meteor coming down, you know, I'm cool with that being like a super animation, like an ultra. But I think he's already too goddamn good. His projectile zoning is pretty, like, not the best. But with his range, he's a problem. His crouching fierce is another guile tactic. Only you don't have to charge. So, like, I feel like he's one of the, and he has a parry. So he's one of the powerhouses in the game for sure. If he didn't have the parry, he would be trash though. He's still hard to counter, but without the parry, he would be fucking trash. Kage, you know what I'm saying? I like the original design for the character better. The way they did in Ultra Street Fighter 4. I had a booger in my nose, so I had to. You know, I would be normally putting matches, but I tried to connect. Maybe there just wasn't players at the time I tried to connect. But luckily, they're gonna combine all the for Street Fighter 6. They're gonna combine the PC players, the Xbox players, and the PlayStation players all in one, like, lobby, one system. You know what I'm saying? One network, so we can all play each other, and no matter what time of day, we're gonna be able to play tons of matches. So that's awesome. Oh, Kage, his axe kick. I believe that's what it's called. His quarter circle forward kick. You can't counter him after he does it, but you can counter him before it hits. I disagree with that. All the special moves, if they're blocked, for the most part, except for the ones that are obviously in the air, because, you know, it kind of, a lot of times it doesn't make sense any other way. You know what I mean by that. If it's anti-projectile, it has to be it has to hit at the right time. This character right here, his axe kick should be countered after he does it on block. A lot of players are getting away with getting a lot of wins with Kage, and they are trash. They are straight trash, and I'm tired of it. You know, if he EX quarter circle forward EX kick, if he did the EX one, the axe kick EX, quarter circle forward kick, if he did EX and it gave you additional combo possibilities because it does more hit stun and you could land an additional one if you want, or you know, crouching medium punch, light kick, spin kick, and uppercut, I'm cool with that. Congratulations, you wasted some meter and you got some extra additional damage. But I'm not cool with him doing that regularly. You know what I'm saying? Regularly, no. In fact, I think it should do a hard knockdown altogether. Let's just end the speculation. Give him a hard knockdown. He could get the pressure. I feel like a character like him needs it, considering he does not have the zoning that the original Ryu character has. So that's acceptable. But I'm not cool with them missing, you know what I'm saying, and being hard to counter. I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? Because what happens is you get put in a coin toss where you know, he'll do the same setup, but instead of doing the axe kick, he'll do the fireball. And if you try to jab in between that, you'll get countered by the fireball. It basically doesn't become a skilled option to do. It becomes a luck. It becomes a lucky. It's not talent. It's luck. You know what I'm saying? If the projectile is blocked or not, it's almost impossible to counter. But if the axe kick hits, you know, if you do the axe kick and you counter them, guess what? It's hard to counter and it does additional combo damage. That's crazy. He's getting away with too much and it's not fair. They have to put a stop to it. It's not fair. You know what I'm saying? Oh yes, Falk. The only thing I would change with her is when she does her projectile where she lays on the ground, she cannot go under Sagat's low fireball. His low tiger shot, she can't lay under the low tiger shot and counter Sagat full screen for him trying to do a projectile. That's insane. I would change that. Because she has a lot of ways to counter Sagat. She could jump in with the air fireball, and if Sagat tries to uppercut, throw the air fireball and counter him for trying to counter her. So she's not the, you know, she's pretty damn dope. In the right hand, she's pretty good. I would change her uppercut, her crouching fierce, I would change that to be a more horizontal move instead of a vertical one, because she already has a pretty damn good anti-air with the 2-punch button, I believe it is. And I would also make it so that it doesn't hit grounded opponents. It only hits opponents in the air. I believe a lot of Falk players are getting away with, pressure, do 3-punch, you know what I mean? It's corny. No, you're gonna have to like really play the game and be good. She has other combos she could go to, you know. I would change her projectile to being a quarter circle motion though. It's not fair that she has to hold the punch button. She has to basically lose one of her normal move options just to do it out of the 3. So she loses basically 33% of her moves just to try to counter you. And it's not even a guarantee that you are going to counter her. You know, or you are going to do something that she can counter. So she's basically put in a situation where she has to whiff another normal just to let go of the original projectile charge that she was doing with, like, let's say, a lot of players usually do, like, hard punch and keep the medium punch and jab, which you're more likely to use in a combo. And, you know, they'll whiff the medium punch and then let go of the light punch while that's happening so that you don't throw a projectile and get countered, because you know it's way harder to combo that. So it becomes a real technical thing, way more technical than it has to be. Let's see. Yeah, I already went to this bitch. Akuma, we already went to that. I went to all these characters. Ibuki, yeah, I already went to that. Oh yeah, Ibuki has this overhead in Third Strike. I don't know if she still has it, where she could do an overhead and then she could do a sweep. A lot of people assume that that's safe on block. It's not though. Like they think they can get the free overhead and I disagree with that. The overhead should be safe on block, but the sweep afterwards, she should not even get that though, because that's crazy. And her command grab, I feel like she should combo off a medium punch and close standing medium punch, close standing medium kick. I don't know if she was able to do the close standing medium punch in Third Strike, but I know she was able to do the close standing medium kick. Her close standing roundhouse, that was pretty dope. I think it should be a one hitter though. I kind of like that Dragon Punch move that she would do, like a cross-up dagger. Like she on Wake Up, she could do like this cross-up, crossover, like where she kind of flips in the air and turns upside down, and while she's in there, she throws a dagger at you, or you could throw two with the EX. That move was dope. They gotta bring that back. They're adding a lot of bullshit to her and taking away some of the dope shit. No, bring some of the dope shit back. She has this little corny move now in the game that she could kind of like hover with this little jacket. She takes out this little jacket or like this little kite and like hovers with it. That's corny as hell. Take that shit out, dog. That's corny as hell. Her EX neck breaker, that was dope. I don't believe it's even in the game anymore. That's crazy. That was her, like, she had a couple anti-projectiles actually, but that was like her most powerful one. They should bring that back. The only thing is, I'm thinking, you know, that's the difficulty of it. I think it shouldn't have as much range as it did in Street Fighter 4 or Third Strike, but it should be in the game, and you know, she should be able to do jab off of it, like jab into EX neck breaker, jab into regular neck breaker. You know what I'm saying? That move was dope. You know what I mean? That move was dope. She's dope. She's one of the dopest characters, and she got a fat ass too. Laura's character's dope. You know, Laura's character really needs some buffs. Her anti-air should be tweaked. She should have a better anti-air. It should have more of a diagonal. It has more. It has almost like a true vertical. Like it goes straight up. Like it has a slight, but not slight enough. It should have more of a diagonal when she does it. I think that would really help the character out. Her projectile being on the screen the entire time, whether she gets hit or not, that should be up there too. What else? I like that her EX command grab goes through projectiles. Online, it's extremely difficult to land that. I lost to an Ed player that I was about to land a double perfect on. I was about to get a double perfect on. I got put on tilt because I was so mad that I was so happy that I was about to get a double perfect on a player, like for one of the few times, you know, maybe one of the true first times I did it, like against a player that actually knew how to play the game. And basically I missed the combo that was like basically gonna guarantee me the double perfects, and I ended up losing the round. But then I didn't just lose the round. The reason I lost the round is because he did the Ed ball with the V trigger, and I was like, okay, yo, I'm about to win, because, you know, I was about to EX command grab. The problem was the EX command grab did not come out, so I got standing light kick. So the standing light kick didn't even recover in time. I'm like, ah, fuck. The Ed ball hit me, but he didn't just Ed ball me. He caught me with full combo off of that, and then he called me. He called me again. I'm like, oh my god, it's over. And he basically called me with like two combos after that. It was over. I was like, yo, I was about to cry and shit. I was basically about to cry because I was about to get a double perfect. I was about to get that PP. You know what I'm saying? I was about to give him some PP. And so basically, you know, long story short, I put myself on such a tilt. That means I was on tilt. I lost the third round too, and I ended up losing the next match to him. I put myself on such a ridiculous tilt. I mean, dominated him. The first round, perfect. You know what I'm saying? The first match I got a perfect on him. You know, the first match I beat him, dominated him. Second match, I beat him first round perfect. About to win the second round with a perfect. I'm like, oh my god, I'm about to get the double perfect. This is like the most sought after win in Street Fighter, is the double perfect. That means you beat your opponent without getting hit by anything. You didn't even block none of their shit. You didn't block no special moves. You avoided all their offense. So I almost had that, and I was real upset that I lost it, but her projectile should stay on the screen even if she gets hit. Her forward hard punch is supposed to be an overhead as well. I believe that should be an overhead. I believe it should not be so obvious though. Her overhead should be safe on block as well. And in certain instances it is, but it's like max distance. It's very difficult to land that move max distance, and if you miss, it's a pretty easy counter, so that's why I say it's not even worth using. Russian wrestler. considering they took away his green hand, which they should not have, his command grab range is fair. I still think it's ridiculous. If Laura had Zangief's command grab range, she would be the best character in the fucking game. She would be the best. She would be God tier. But she literally has to like give you a hug for it to work. Zangief could literally be like within standing medium kick range. And if standing medium kick range, like he gets free grab, free every, it's crazy. It's insane. It's insane. If I was a Zangief player, I would never use V skill 2. It looks funny. It's cool and everything. It looks funny, but I would never use it. I'm cool with him having the V-Trigger 2, but I feel like V-Trigger 2 does too much. It's anti-projectile. If you try to jump kick him, it'll counter him. But the best thing is, if he does miss it, you can counter him before he recovers. So you can counter him. I don't see enough players trying to counter him after he does that. You can counter him. What else? I would bring his green hand back. I would take away the fact that his forward hard punch breaks through projectiles. That's crazy. That's too OP. That's too OP for a character that already goes through projectiles with command grabs and lariat. And he basically has a mid-screen counter every projectile you try. I would make his lariat easier. I would make it 2 punch instead of 3. That way, if you mash on 3, you at least get 2. Even though you were maybe trying to do 3 with the EX, okay, you got the regular one. It's still good. Better yet, I would make lariat like quarter circle motion, with 1 punch, because I feel like it's easier to consistently get 1 punch instead of 3. But I feel like a lot of players, like 3 punch is hard to do it consistently on a controller, especially within a combo. That's why I say it. But if it was like quarter circle punch, I believe you would never drop the combo. I believe that's everybody. I try to quickly go this time. Like I spent a lot of time. M. Bison, I love what they did with him. Let's see. Ryu, yeah, I went through all this shit. So that's basically it. I'm gonna see if I can play online now. I'm gonna play a little Alex now. Cause that was my original choice. I switched from Laura to Alex actually, because I was so tired of like losing with Laura, cause like she's so bad. Whereas, I feel like his character's way better. So I'm gonna see if Capcom banned me. If not, if they did, kiss my ass, Capcom. The hell with your beta. Kiss my ass. Tell the beta crew I said kiss my ass. You know what I'm saying? If you don't like it, I'm trying to help you guys out. I try to be real with you guys. Unlike all the other fake fans out there. Yeah, I like it. No, I know deep down they're like, yo, this shit. What the fuck is this? This shit doesn't even make any sense. Cause I'm right. I know I'm right. I mean, I just blocked Seph's 100-hand punch, and what the fuck? I mean, the only character that could really counter him at that range is like Zangief's command grab. Like, and it's not fair to the rest of the cast. Like, Akuma's Raging Demon could counter him, Kage's Raging Demon could counter him. I mean, it's not fair to the rest of the cast, and that's pretty damn hard to do online. You know what I'm saying? So, hopefully they didn't ban me, because, it'd be their loss, because I'm one of the best players to ever play the game. But, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm gonna try right now, so that's my thoughts on the game. The two back-to-back videos were me, like, saying, oh yeah, E Honda needs to show his ass way more. I was saying he should have a command grab super, ultra, critical art. Critical art sounds real corny, by the way. Super sounds way better than critical art. And ultra sounds even better than super. So make up your mind, but like figure it out already. So yeah, E Honda should have a command grab super. And when he finishes, he should sit on you, but you should see his butt cheeks. And he should be looking back at you, smiling with his thumbs up while you see his butt cheeks on the screen. Like he'll be looking back like this, but you clearly see his ass. You know what I'm saying? That would be so dope. Like, please bring that back in the game.